Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to video 2. And I can't actually believe that I'm doing this. You guys have been watching videos way longer than I have been making them, obviously, since this is just my second one. So you know what to do. Like and subscribe if you find content that you like. One thing I want to ask you guys as the book community, how do you guys track your reading? I'm always open and interested in how people track their reading. I think it's so beautiful to see the vast differences in people's reading habits. I'm currently just tracking mine on Goodnight on my iPad. I have like a little reading journal that I track there. But anyway, this video is going to be one in a series that I'm going to call Jess's Best. And so at the end, it's just going to be kind of like a wrap up for each month, what I have read and what I've enjoyed. The best of what I've read and what I've enjoyed. So I'm not going to have every book that I read in July on this video, but it is going to be all the ones that were at least 3 stars. And star ratings are subjective, so it's hard for me to really give you guys recommendations based off a star rating, because what I find to be warm and fuzzy might be different than you. What I like, you're not gonna like. I will just say that when I am rating books, it's really hard to get me to rate something 5 stars. It just really is. I think that I should be finding something that's totally blown my mind in order to rate it 5 stars, or just all aspects I've resonated with. So I do have one 5-star read that I don't think will be on very many people's 5-star. It just, the setting, the characters, everything was nostalgic for me. I mean, the setting is a freaking library, so just everything about the characters made me love it, so I rated it 5 stars. However, there's certainly better writing styles out there, so it's hard to really say, but I'm just going to give you guys a rundown of what I read, and hopefully if I can get really tech savvy, I will throw a picture of each book here. So one of the first books that I've read in July was What Lies Between Us by John Mars. This book, you have to read a John Mars. Like, what is your favorite Mars? I'm sure you've read something from him. This is actually my first read from him. It definitely will not be my last. John Mars is crazy, and I've chatted with him some on Facebook. He is so funny and so down to earth, and I'm hoping to have a live discussion with him one day if he does that sort of thing. I don't know, but he is so funny, he is down to earth, and he always replies on Facebook. So go find him on Facebook and reach out. He's so cool. Another book that I read in July was called Don't Look for Me. This book was really something. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It certainly wasn't the best thing I've ever read, but I think it's a quick, fast-paced book. I think you should certainly check it out. Goodnight, Beautiful. So this book really exceeded my expectations. I don't know why, but I didn't go into this book really feeling like I was going to get a whole ton out of it. I don't know. I don't even know why I had that vibe. Have you ever judged a book by its cover? I guess this is my classic judge the book by its cover. I don't know what it was. I didn't really feel like it was going to be a super good read for me. I had never heard of it. And sometimes when you've never heard of a book, that's the best. But also, you just kind of assume like it's not going to be the greatest because I hadn't even heard of it, right? No. This book... I had to reread a section because I was like, did that really just happen? I can't believe that happened. Now, I wouldn't say it's the best book I've ever read because there were parts, but give this one a read. It's going to shock you for sure. The next book is by Rachel Kane. It's called Stillhouse Lake. She has a whole series that I'm sure many people have heard of, but I have just come across her, and the book was great. The book was great. I don't know if this series is going to be really repetitive. I've I've read a couple. They're all good so far, but it sort of feels like it's going to be repetitive. But I'll update you on how that goes. But this is one Stillhouse Lake that you should definitely check out. The book that I rated 5 stars, that I don't really feel like a whole ton of people will rate 5 stars, because again, it's not mind-blowing material. But I fell in love with these characters. I love the setting. I love the plot. I love the writing. I just loved everything about it. And it is Sorcery of Thorns. The young lady that you follow, she basically lives in a library. It is such a good, cozy fantasy story. I really loved it. And if you're looking for something to kind of break the heaviness, because I'm a very much, I really love thrillers. I really love heavier fantasy sometimes. So every now and then I need a breezy romance or a, easy to read, breezy YA fantasy book to kind of break that heaviness. And so Sorcery of Thorns is definitely one you should check out. I don't think it'll be everybody's 5 star, but I do think that everybody will enjoy the book. The next one that I really love, that I looked on Goodreads and have found that not everybody loves it, but I really do. It is called Peace and Turmoil, and I'm begging the author to please write another one. She's actually a a booktuber. Her name is Elliot Brooks, and I will link her down below in the description box. She is fabulous. I love watching all of her videos, and many other booktubers as well, but I like her. And then I read her book and was blown away at her character building. I was blown away at how she uses a cute little dragon. I just loved it. I read a lot of reviews that said that the world building wasn't good, or just different critics saying things about her book, and maybe they're right, maybe they know more than I do, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I thought the world building was fun. I mean, I feel like I could vision all the things, and it was enjoyable, and I think that's the point. So Elliot, if you're watching this, please write another book. The next one is by Arthur that I think is fairly popular, Frida McFadden, and her books are good, but they have been hit or miss for me, if I'm being honest. There are some that are just, I'm like, whoa, and then there are some that I'm like, and I think that's normal. I think that happens. But I've never had a read by her that was bad. So I'm always enjoying it, even when it didn't hit real, even when it wasn't my favorite or didn't hit as strongly. I still enjoy it. And so I think that's great. I think sometimes as readers, we read such a good book and we just expect all books to hit that level. And so I would say that it's okay to just enjoy the book. It doesn't have to be the most mind-blowing thing that you have ever read. So the one that I read by her in July was The Perfect Son, and I really enjoyed that one. It did have some twists and turns. I will say, for me, there were a lot of points in the book that were predictable, but I still enjoyed it. It was still a good ride. And that was it for my 3 and above, my 3 stars and above books for July. I did read one book that I am, sorry, I did read one book that I want to discuss at some point, and it was The Quiet Tenant. That book, I guess in the end, I still enjoyed it because it was something that made me so infuriated, and sometimes books that can just make me feel something still wins. So this book, I would say, still won, but it's because I was screaming at the character the whole time. I absolutely hated all of her decisions. It was a little insane. So I will say that is one that I would love to talk about, probably do a spoiler review on in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Hopefully in the next video I'll be able to link my website that's coming out. So many exciting things are happening. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and become part of the Bookie family. See you later, guys.